Hi guys, this is Meenu. Welcome back to my channel Storytale. Today we're going to be talking about Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This is gonna be a very simple and easy video. I'm not gonna be putting any like or dislike section here. Of course, I'm also not gonna be giving any spoilers. I just want to rant about this book, the characters, everything that happens, the forbidden romance and everything. So now without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So the story is about Jordan, who is a 19-year-old girl. She, I don't think, goes to college or something, and she works in a bar and she works very late at night. Of course, as the title suggests, the story is about the birthday girl, so we get introduced to her on her birthday. And on her birthday, she was supposed to be picked up by her boyfriend Cole, who actually did not show up. So she went to this movie theater to watch a movie. She's a very big 80s fan. She really likes vintage and old movies. I mean, that is kind of the point that has been trying to establish in this book. I'm gonna get to that later. But anyway, she goes to the movie theater alone to watch this movie, and I really love that because I have been to movie theater to watch a movie alone too, and I think it was very liberating. I really loved the feeling. I just felt that I can do anything in this world. I know that is like a little bit exaggerating everything, but still it just felt very nice to watch a movie alone in a theater all by myself with my popcorn and my cold drink. But anyway, I really love that about Jordan here. So she goes to the theater, but she kind of did not end up alone, to be honest. I know that I'm contradicting myself, but anyway, she meets Pike, who is this handsome kind of a guy who is in his late 30s. Maybe he's 38 if I'm not wrong. He's 38 years old, and she kind of finds an instant connection with him. She felt very relaxed with him. She was not cheating on her boyfriend or anything. They just talked a little bit, and she just felt very much comfortable with him, very safe with him. So they kind of bonded over that conversation. But later she got to realize that Pike actually is her boyfriend's father. I know, that is a big bummer. And when I read that, I was really shocked. I know I have read the synopsis or something, but I cannot ever keep that in my mind. I am just really bad at remembering stuff. So it was like a very big shock for me because he is like her boyfriend's father. So of course I can imagine that they are gonna have a very romantic relationship in the later books. But I do not know. I just felt so much uncomfortable because that is not something that I do not know. I'm just very much uncomfortable with. It is because of the way I've been brought up, of course. I just felt it was a little bit weird. If it would have been someone else, even the brother would have been much better. But he is like the father. He is literally twice her age. She is 19 and he's 38. So he is literally twice her age. He can be her father, and that just, I do not know, that just made me so much uncomfortable. But still I stuck with the story. I continued with the story. Maybe I thought that something will actually change my mind. It will make it less weird or very less uncomfortable for me. And it did, actually. It did. The more I read the story, the less uncomfortable I became. So that was actually a good sign. Still, I'm not really comfortable with it because still in my head it is very weird. It is still a little bit wrong. In my head, I'm not saying that it is wrong, but in my head and because of the way that I've been brought up, it is a little bit weird and wrong for me. So let's all band together and decide that Cole is like the worst person in this world because I really hated him. He was this deadbeat boyfriend who was good for nothing. He did not take care of the responsibilities of the house. It was because of him that she kind of got kicked out of her house where they both used to live in. He also did not pick her up on her birthday. He did not do actually anything for her. After being kicked out of their house, they had to move in with Pike, and it kind of made it very uncomfortable for both Pike and the girl because even though they do not realize it, they were kind of starting to feel a little bit for each other. They were starting to fall in love with each other, and especially they bonded a lot over the 80s music, the 90s theme. And Jordan as a whole is a very mature person. She is this young girl with an old school kind of a vibe. So of course she bonded really well with Pike. Cole was always not there. He was never present with her. She used to do very late night shifts at her bar where she used to work as a bartender. So of course she was mostly away during the nights, and Cole was always away during the daytime. He is just partying and something. He never actually can hold up to a job. Also, he was actually not taking care of any responsibilities. Jordan is someone who has a lot of self-respect. That is why she feels very guilty that she is living at Pike's home without paying any rent. That is why she do all the course around there. She, cleans, she cooks, and like she do everything that a housewife actually does. She takes care of the house and everything, while Cole actually does nothing. Because of the kind of habits and the routines that both Pike and Jordan share, they kind of start to get closer, but they did not do anything until it was okay to do it, until she was no longer with Cole. By the way, I have summarized it. It may seem like a very basic story, and it is a basic story, but with amazing characters. Both Pike and Jordan are amazing characters. Their relationship, there are so many emotional scenes in this book that are really nice. There's also the relationship between Cole and Pike as a father and son duo. I really like that too. The kind of misunderstanding that both of these people have, and the kind of hate that Cole's mother has actually put inside his head against his father, is kind of like making him really hard to actually connect with his father. So all of these things are very visible and written very well in this book. The characters, their relationship has been actually done very well, even though from outside this book may seem like another forbidden romance kind of a book which is a lot of smut, but that is not actually true. There are sex scenes in this book, I'm not gonna lie, and they are explicit, but they are not done in a very cheap way. They are not there just to fill the gaps. They are actually there because it serves a purpose. There were more unnecessary sex scenes in the Punk 57 or 37, I do not remember, and but in this book, every scene, every sex scene has been dealt very nicely, very sensitively. It is not just to make this book more adult or make this book more interesting. The interesting part are the characters, not the sex scenes. Sex scenes are good, it is written very well, but the main soul of this book is the relationship between Pike and Jordan. I was totally in love with Pike here. There's of course contrast between Cole and Pike. Of course there's also the age gap, I'm pretty sure, and he's 38 years old, so he's very mature. He's also very sensitive, he's very respectful. Unlike Misha in Punk 57, he was very crude to the girl. I do not remember the name of the girl, I'm really sorry, but he was really rude to her, and I really did not like the way he treated her or the kind of language that he used to use. But in this book, Pike is very respectful. He really respects Jordan. He really respects her wishes. He does not want to hurt anybody, whether it is Cole or whether it is his co-workers or whether it is Jordan herself. He is very sensitive. He is like very mature person. He wakes up early and everything. I really loved his character. I really loved the way he has been shown in this book. If he had not been the boyfriend's father, I would have loved even more. I would have been drooling over him, but the part that he's Jordan's boyfriend father is just kind of made me uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, it's really made me very much uncomfortable, at least at the start. By the end of the book, I was a little bit eased out into it. Jordan too is an amazing character. I really loved the way she handles herself, even though she is a very independent kind of a girl, but still she is very respectful. She feels very guilty if something is freely handed to her. She of course had to grow up very early because of the way her childhood has been, and she also had to take care of everything because Cole was good for nothing. I really loved both her versions. She was also very confident. She was also very self-respect person, but she's also very kind and she's also very generous. So I really loved her as a character too. Both of them were falling in love with each other slowly but steadily, but both of them did not want to actually hurt Cole, but still they wanted a relationship, not just one night stand or a hookup kind of a thing. They wanted a solid relationship. Even the ending I really loved. It was very beautiful. I really loved how Pike actually handled everything in the end. If it would have been not as what it was, I would have really given it 5 stars. Now let's talk about certain liberties that this book has taken. So in order to make us really be okay with their relationship, the relationship between Jordan and Pike, they have shown Pike as the young father. Like he became father when he was 19, so by the age of 38 he is still young. I mean, not as old as many fathers are. And Jordan, who is 19 years old, but she has been shown as this old soul kind of a person. Like she is into 80s music, she like all the old stuff, she like all the old music and everything. So that has been shown as a compensation for us to be okay with their relationship. Like both of them share same taste, both of them are into 80s music. There's not that big of a difference because she's actually very mature for her age and he's actually very young for being a dad and everything. So that has been shown for us to be okay with their relationship. There's also this direct contrast between Cole and Pike. Like both of them are totally opposite to each other, so that has also been shown for us to root for Pike more than for us to root for Cole, to be honest. The main problem that I have with this book is Of course, like I said, the dad thing. But other than that, there are many time mention of kid in this book. I really hated that. That just made it more uncomfortable. And also the fact that Jordan is only 19 years old. To be honest, I do not even remember what I was doing when I was 19 years old, and I have actually grown up since then. And I do not think 19-year-old is the kind of age that you make, life-changing decisions. Something for me, 19 is actually quite young. It is just 1 year older than you have the right to vote. So I do not know, that is still young. If Jordan has been like maybe 23 or 24, I would have been okay with it. To be honest, I would have been much more okay with it. But she's just 19 years old. She's still a baby. So for her to actually fall in love with a guy who is twice her age, it just felt, very much childish for me. I mean, I was just not okay with it that she was 19 years old. Or the best thing they could have done is, by the end of the book, when Pike and Jordan was kind of separated, they could have easily taken 2 to 3 years or 4 years kind of a leap. Instead of just few months, they could have taken a longer leap. And then if she would have made the same decision, if she would have stuck to being in love with Pike, then it would have been much more okay. So I think that is something that was not okay with this book, her being just 19 years old. No matter how many times you say that she was really mature for her age, I was also very mature for my age when I was 19. But still, I do not think that at the age of 19, me making such a big decision would have been a nice thing. So I think if she would have been much older, then this story would have been much more likable. So because of the problems of this book, like I've mentioned, I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. Because I did love this book. I really loved the relationship, the story, everything I really loved about this book. But I cannot get past the fact that there are certain things that was wrong with this book. Did I enjoy my time with this book? Of course I did. It was such an amazing book. It was such a light, easy kind of a book. It is very easy to read. Of course, if the relationship makes you very much uncomfortable, you can of course skip this book. But if you can get past that, this is a very good book. The relationship, everything was just amazing in this book. You can give it a try. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think of this book. What are the things that made you uncomfortable? What are the things that you liked about this book? And of course, do not forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you like this video. I will see you next time. Have a great day.